to start talking about some printing options in Excel, because Excel is unlike, let's say, Word or PowerPoint when we know what to expect on each page or each slide. Essentially, I'm using an electronic spreadsheet, which has almost an infinite number of pages possible. So the first thing is how to access, of course, Print Preview. Now, to do that in 2013, you can click File, choose Print. Now you're in Print Preview. Now, specifically in this video, I want to talk about how you can repeat titles on subsequent pages going down, or you can repeat columns when you're going pages across to the right. So let me show you here, first of all, what we have. I have page 1, which has titles along the top. We can see them there: ID, date, type, description, amount. As soon as I go over to page 2, you'll notice that those column headings disappear. I no longer have them. So really, if I'm flipping through this printout, I'll have a hard time knowing what each of these would be. Now, I only have a few number of columns, so it's not going to be the end of the world, but we need to know how to repeat a certain row on the following pages. So here's how you do that. It's identified by the row number. So row number 2 is what I'd like to repeat on all pages of my printout moving down. So to do that, we would go to the Page Layout tab, and you have a button here called Print Titles. Well, if I click that, there's actually a section right here that says Print Titles, and I have rows to repeat at the top or columns to repeat at the left. So what I'm interested right now is rows to repeat at the top. Well, I'd like to repeat row 2. And let's say, just as an example, I actually want rows 1 and 2 to repeat. Well, what I would do is I would type in 1:2. So it's like when we do a cell range, except without the column letters. So I want to repeat rows 1 going all the way to row 2. So if I click OK, and then I go back to my print, file print, page 1 looks the same as expected. There's my main title, budget data, and there's my headings. If I go to page 2, you'll see they are also present there now. So all you had to do was go to Page Layout and choose Print Titles. I want to show you one other example. If my spreadsheet is multiple pages going across, so what I did was I just made this column bigger, and if I now check my printout, you'll see this is page 1. Over on page 2 is the first page going down, and then page 3 is that amount column, and page 4 is the amount column going down. So these are not attached to any kind of ID field or data from my original list. Well, in order to fix that, we can still use Print Titles, except this time, instead of rows to repeat, we would use columns to repeat at the left. And it's the same logic. Let's say I wanted to repeat just column A. So I'm going to do A:A, which means start at column A and repeat to column A, so only the one column. You hit OK. Once we check our printout here, I'm going to go down to page 3. There you can see we are now repeating column A on all pages over to the right, so that I can actually attach that data to something useful.